Salvage Automotive. This little segment's going to be called Start the Dart because it hasn't been started in a while. And I got it up on the carport where I can work on it. I want to make sure it still runs, sort of, anyway. And, yeah, I've decided I want to start it, so I took the battery up, start the thing, let it run a while. And I'm going to discuss some of the things I intend to do to this at some point in time. Chrysler keys. Let's see how hard this starts. Been sitting through the winter, a few months now. I did fix the choke. Just that easy. 2 pumps. One to set the choke, one to pump it up. And she comes right to life. It runs so good. You run on fast idle for a minute. Warm up a little. That's what it does. When you go to give it the gas, there's like a dead spot. I'm thinking timing. I want to make sure the choke is opening. And yeah, it's open. Such a good car. I got park lights, no headlights. I got both park lights. There's a ball of wire hanging down there. It may have something to do with the headlights. I don't know. Much better. Turn the idle down some. It runs so good. Cool. Alright, so it still runs. It still runs perfectly fine. It's still got a hoot when you first get on it, which I'm going to blame on either accelerator pump, not accelerator pumping, but I'm pretty sure it does. Or I've got the vacuum advance hooked up wrong or something like that. I don't even know if I've got the vacuum advance hooked up, to be honest with you. Yeah. This has been Start the Dart. Start that start like a game show. Anyway, here's the plan. Don't have one. No, I actually do have one. The original plan was disc brake conversion, spin the money, power discs, drum on the rear. Oh, that's good. Well, that's about $12 to $1,500, and your boy's poor. Now, I ain't got that kind of scratch just laying around. I got a credit card. I could order it right now. But debt, God, so much debt. So many different forms of debt. Got a lot of debt. Poor. Your boy poor. So, plan is, I've never driven anything with four-wheel drum brake. However, it does have a dual pot master cylinder, so it's not the single pot of death, which makes me feel better. I'm thinking new master, 4 new wheel cylinders, 3 new brake hoses, fix the brake lines, shoes and hardware if I have to, turn the drums, maybe replace them. Fix the drums. There's probably nothing wrong with four-wheel drum brakes. I think I could drive it. I don't know that the woman could drive it. I mean, nothing against women driving manual drum brake cars, but she's kind of a wiener. I don't know if she'll have enough oomph to stop it. But I want to get the dead spot out of it. I got a valve cover to put on it, just in the carburetor, whatever needs to happen to get it running good. Fix the steering column shifter and or put one in the floor if I have to, because everything else in the column seems perfectly fine except the seized shifter. Fix the brakes, and then I can throw a fuel jug in the passenger seat, and that'll get it where I can fire it up and move it around, because dragging it everywhere is kind of a pain. Having it mobile under its own power will be pretty sweet. And then I can order a fuel tank, and I think I can straighten this hood. The hood's in pretty good shape except for this big dinger. If I straighten the hood and the trim, this fender is pretty good. The door's been hit before, but it's fairly straight. The quarter's been hit before, but it's fairly straight and a little rusty. Bumper's bent. I might can straighten that. This fender's not bent, but it's rusty. This door's not bent, but it's rusty. But the rear quarter is caved in and is rusty. I'm thinking half-ass that dent, half-ass the quarter panel, half-ass the bumper and the rear bumper. Take the rusty, bent, destroyed balances and either rebuild them or tear them off, because replacements are ridiculously expensive. The grill's in pretty good shape. Fix all the electrical. Drive the car. Oh, and the hole in the quarter and sail panel would have to be semi-dressed, and the door pins and bushings. Clean it, recover this side of the seat, and tires and wheels maybe. But that's the plan, but I wanted to start the dirt, and I wanted to show you guys it's still here. We just haven't gotten to it yet. So, Logan Salvage and Automotive signing off for tonight. Maybe we'll work on this in a day or two, hopefully. See you then. Logan Salvage Automotive here. Dart. This valve cover has a hole in it. I know, because I put some silicone over it. This is a new valve cover. I couldn't get a regular factory replacement valve cover. I had to get the chrome one. So we're going to attempt to get the bolts out of this valve cover and put the new valve cover on. And I figured, well, y'all probably watch that, right? I would, probably. So, I guess this is just like, it's not a breather per se. Well, I guess it is a breather. And the PCB wasn't hooked up anyway. And yeah, not a whole lot to this. Just gonna disconnect the vacuum advance. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bolts and a gasket. So yeah, so let's do that. All right, let's see what treasures are under this valve cover. Nothing terribly exciting. You can see the silicone where I pushed it through the holes to keep water out. That's a good wall hanger. It has had a valve cover gasket before, and it was rubber. Oh, cool. We'll take a scraper and we'll clean all this up. And I actually went with cork just because it is what it is. Yeah. Who's a good engine? All right, let me get the scraper and get this cleaned up, and we'll start putting the new gasket on. Cool. Now we got a nice big chrome valve cover bolted on and hopefully sealed. I got to order some grommets for this, because all those grommets are too big to go back in it. I guess that's like a vent breather thing. As the PCV hose is over here, what's left of it, and all these grommets, none of these will fit down in that hole. They're all too big. So for now, there's not a hole in it, but there's no grommet in it. But it's under the carport in the dry now, so I don't think it'll be a problem. What next? I'm thinking there's an air hose there. If I cap off the vacuum advance and see what that does for making it run, better or worse. You know, it needs all new vacuum line anyway, but I can do that, shove a bolt in it. Just to seal it off for now. I'm curious to see if that solves the bog I get when I first hit the gas. We'll get the gas jug and we'll start it up. Go grab the keys. So glad I've got nice evenings to work now. Right to life. Every time. Oh. Didn't warm it up long enough. Not happy. Not happy at all. Let me get... I don't remember what the timing set at or if I set it at all, to be honest with you. Looks like a half inch. There's not a lot of adjustment. Let me... You know what? Let me just get the timing light and see what it's set at. I actually bought a brand new innovative timing light because mine is dead. So let's open it up and see how that works. Why do they put the plastic under the knob? I'm assuming this is about anything else we're going to want on cylinder 1. I have no idea where the timing marks are. We're just going to fire it back up and stare at it funny. It works. But I have no idea where the mark's at. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's not happy on takeoff. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to loosen the distributor so that I can move the timing. We'll just wing it. We'll just see what happens if I move it all the way the other direction. Because it's got like a slot. So there's not a lot of adjustment. But there's some adjustment. We'll get another extension. We'll see what fooling with timing does. It may be off a tooth or something. I don't know. It was allegedly running when parked. Let's go all the way that direction. See what that does. Does it change anything? Changes the timing. Does it change how it runs? That makes it really lazy. Oof. I think it's plenty hot enough for the night. It's got antifreeze in it. Water pump works, but I've got a new one for it. The exhaust also may be on fire. Is what it is. So yeah. Need a wing nut. Vacuum advance needs to be hooked back up, all that good stuff. Dumpster works, circulates. Don't see any oil leaking over here. It's a good sign. Yeah. Progress. What I would love to do is get the shifter freed up. I don't think I can do that tonight, but I may try a little bit. So, unhook the battery. It's leaking something. Oh, it's antifreeze or transmission fluid. It is a transmission line leaking. No worries, I'll bypass that later on. The shifter is still connected though. This deck here on the column, it works fine on the transmission side. It's the column side that's a problem, which it's been soaking. I'm going to see if I can yank on it and see if it will release now. Negative. The top of it moves a little bit, the bottom of it's not budging. The question is, can I torch that and get away with it, or am I going to set the car on fire? I think I'm going to have to pull the column out and do it. Not that big a deal. It's just time consumer. For tonight, I think I've done enough. I just wanted to. I did the valve cover, jacked around with that for a while. That's pretty good for me. Alright, well, that's enough damage for today. New timing light does work. I can't read the timing marks, and I'm going to have to clean it and everything. So, for now. We'll hang this one on the wall with the other valve covers. Just not tonight. Logan Salvage Automotive here. Back again with the Dart. Valve cover's finished. I ended up having to buy oil cap and a grommet, but I already did that. No big whoop. Just pop, pop, away you go. The plan. Change plan. I think we're going to try to get the shifter to budge. Attempt to. No guarantees, but I'm looking at it right there. And I'm wondering if I can get a pry bar in there, try to force it and get it moving. I don't know which part spins is my problem. Let me go get my fancy pry bar and I'll be right back. There, here we are. Fancy pry bar. Down under the master cylinder, right here, is our shifter. The same way I've got it disconnected from the transmission so I can shift it because that is seized. Here's the plan. If I turn the key forward and stick a pry bar and wedge on that, maybe I can get it to function a little bit. Work it back and forth and get it working. So I'm going to step you guys back and we're going to try that. Now, through the magic of beating on it with a hammer and prying on it, I can shift the car. It's not great, don't get me wrong, but it's getting better every time. I've laid the lube to it. We let it soak overnight, and that solves that problem, probably. Now we have gas pedal, running engine, shifter. We got transmission line busted and no brakes whatsoever. Now here's where we have a choice. We can either continue on the engine, heater hoses, water pump, radiator, heater hose thing to go between the exhaust and the intake for preheater, fix the pin that's broke off in the shifter linkage, find something to put the throttle linkage together with other than a piece of wire, things like that. Because the gas pedal does work. Then finish the engine. Just go through it, make it happy. Yeah, it smokes. Yeah, there's no exhaust. Yeah, the rings are probably shot. I don't care. Or do we stop where we are because it does run? You can strap a 5-gallon bucket to the bumper or the hood or whatever and start it and run it happily. And we start working on brakes. 4-wheel cylinders, whatever lines we need, hoses, master cylinder, bleed all the brakes and try to get some stoppers out of it. Because if we get some brakes and we put a pin in the shifter, we can then strap a 5-gallon bucket to it, power it up, and move it around, which is handy. Granted, it's not going to happen tonight, but it is what it is. Pretty proud of that. We got plenty to do. The voltage regulator is new, but it doesn't work right. It's overcharging. Headlights don't work. Taillights don't work. Blinkers off. A bunch of the electrical's just garbage. And it's got a charcoal canister over here that I have no idea how to hook it back up. That one is bent from the tank to the canister. And then there's 2 out. And the big one looks like carb bowl, PCV, fuel vapors. And then it says distributor vacuum. So I guess when you feed her the onions, it, does that. What do you do with charcoal canister on a carbureted car? Do you keep it? Do you just take it off and run the vent line to the back of the car or put a vented gas cap on it or something? I've never done away with charcoal canister on a carbureted car. I don't have any carbureted cars. I have this and my white Ford pickup. And the white Ford pickup was gutted when I got it, so it's what it is. What do you guys think? What do you do with your charcoal canisters on your quote unquote hot rods? Now here's something we do. We know the master cylinder is junk. Let's go ahead and get it off. See how many brake lines we have to replace. Which up here they look pretty good. Decisions. Let's get the master cylinder out of the way, because I'm going to have to get to the shift linkage and drill the pin out of it anyway. And the master cylinder is directly in the way. So let's get the master off and see what happens from there. How about that? You reckon those are nuts and studs, or those bolts from the inside? How many of those you think will break? Go get some wrenches. There's a helicopter flying overhead. For the record, I don't care if these break or not. Because I'll just put new ones on it. Safety third and all that. A lot of people try to save old brake lines, not me. I just go ahead and break them off. Call it a day. Because, quite frankly, I don't trust them. Could I have heated that and maybe saved them? Maybe. I don't know. Did I bother? No. No, I did not. Because it doesn't matter. So I don't really trust them. I'm going to probably replace them all anyway. So it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and break them, get it over with, get them out of the way. You'll get an impact and the socket. Try to get that zipped out of the way. I'm so used to modern cars, I keep grabbing my metric tools. And I'm having to put them back like, wait a minute, this isn't, no. You ever do that? I mean, I work on modern stuff all the time. Modern, what do you call that? You wouldn't do that on quote unquote modern vehicle. The rest of them else, you just snap them off. Baffles me. Well, that's gone forever. Great. Got him. It's pretty low to the ground. I guess it's just how they are. I don't know. A nickel for every time I drop the socket extension. Do these unbolt from the pedal or do they just slide off? Anybody know? Any guesses? Let's find out. If you guessed it unbolts from the pedal, you win. It would appear I just didn't yank hard enough. Yeah, it's just in rubber. Popped it right out. Cool. Now I have something to compare to when I get a new master cylinder. Oh yeah. I should have done this before I worked on the shifter. It would have been far easier. Now, I could take that rod out and probably break the other clip off of it. It does have a proportioning valve. That line goes to that side. Do I dare try to take the part where it'll be easier to work on? Or is that just going to cause more problems? Aha. Now, washer fell down. And I see it. Gotcha. I got it. So clean some of this up. And we'll try to get the other pin out of it. Alright, so you got your shifter hooked up, but now you need a clip. You don't have one, but you have a piece of brake hardware. Let me see. I don't know if I'm in frame or not. We're going to cheat. We're going to stretch out this spring. I more or less just found laying on the ground. Yeah, you could probably go buy a clip assortment. 9 o'clock at night? Probably not. So you really want to get that clip in there right now? Straighten your suction out. Now, all we're going to do is simply recreate what was there to a degree. We're not going for the prettiest clip there is. But that leg will stick through the hole. It'll get into that hump. And this one's against it. That's all we're going for. That, although not pretty, will retain it. You just saved yourself a pack of clips. This has been Logan Salvage Automotive. Thanks for hanging out with me while we work on the old dart here. We made some progress today, not a terrible lot, but I mean, every little bit helps. You do enough little bits, next thing you know, a lot of bits done, and you're driving your hot rod. Yeah. I'm bringing you guys back when I got some more parts or more time to fool with. I'm going to be busy the rest of the week, so it's going to be probably a shorter video. But like, subscribe, come back, see more content, and all that jazz. We'll see you next time.